back at the turn of the 1990s, parallel parking was still allowed here on the residential stretch of Connor Street, which is State Road 32. So people could park right in front of their own homes. And the byproduct of that was when they were parallel parking or turning left or opening their car door on the street side, it tended to back up traffic. But, you know, that's life in a small town in an urban environment, right? But the Indiana Department of Transportation, INDOT, wanted this street to work more like a state highway. And they came forward with a plan to turn this residential stretch of Connor into 4 lanes. And they were going to accomplish that by cutting down all of the street trees and the grass strip between the curb and the sidewalk. And they're going to bring that curb into the sidewalk, and that would give them the space they needed for those 4 lanes. And as you can imagine, that would have devastated the look and feel of moving into or driving into our historic downtown. And from a real estate standpoint, I can tell you that it would have devastated property values for the people that lived along here as well by moving the gravel trucks and the semis right up to their doorsteps. And, you know, times like this, I get to thinking about those traffic engineers and think maybe they need to go find the Tin Woodsman from Oz and go to the Wizard and see if they could get a heart too, because they obviously didn't have one if they were willing to do that to a neighborhood. Well, luckily, Noblesville had a visionary mayor at the time, Mary Sue Rowland, and she essentially told INDOT, over my dead body. So INDOT went back to the drawing board and they came back to the new plan. They would just ban the parallel parking on Connor Street, and they would put a left-hand turn lane in, and that's what we live with today. But that's another one of those devastating and destructive compromises that we make with cars, because by widening the lanes and reducing the obstructions, it actually allows more cars to go faster down the street. So next week, when we revisit this topic again, we're going to come right back to this place, and we're going to talk about some sociological research that looked at the lives of people that live on a busy street like this with such intensive traffic, and it looked at their social lives, and they compared it to the social lives of people that live just a block away on relatively quiet streets with less intense traffic. And we'll also talk about how to this very day, traffic engineers are still making decisions on this very street that make it clear that they care more about moving cars than they do about the quality of life for the people who live right here.